Welcome to the Solid Signal Podcast for the week of July 31st, 2017. You know, I was all set to do another whole different topic for this week's podcast, and something came across that I really wanted to share with all of you because I want to tell you how proud I am of one of our Signal Connect sales reps. Signal Connect is sort of our inside sales arm. If you're looking at a big sale, you're going to be talking with the folks at Signal Connect rather than just pushing the button to add it to your cart. Sure, we do have some really expensive stuff at solidsignal.com, but for the most part, a lot of that stuff is done using phone sales. See, I talk to these reps all the time because in addition to doing your blogging and your podcasting and stuff like that, I also do other things for solidsignal.com, such as consult with the sales reps on technical stuff. It's just, we're just one big team over at Solid Signal, and we all do multiple things at the same time. Now, at this point, I've got to stop and tell you that there's a lot of the details of this that I can't share with you because I haven't gotten permission from the actual customer, and so that's not super fair, but I can tell you the story and be a little bit vague about stuff. I hope you kind of understand. This sales rep says to me, I've got a customer on the phone wants to buy a $5,000 piece of equipment, and I want to sell him a $5,000 piece of equipment. What do you think about that? And I said, you know what? Here's the problem. Problem is that piece of equipment is going to be obsolete in 2 years. Matter of fact, it'll probably be obsolete before then. And that's a lot of money to be paying for 2 years worth of service from this thing. Is that really okay with them? Well, my friend, the Signal Connect sales rep, gets on the phone with his customer, and I don't know the exact words, but he says, this thing that you want to buy, I'm happy to sell it to you, but it's only going to last you, less than 2 years. It's just not going to work after that. Standards are changing, things are going on, and you're going to get new equipment, and that new equipment is not going to work with the thing that you want to buy today. As I understand it, this person got, a little bit cranky, a little worried, and said, I guess I'm not going to buy it then. And I'm not sure if I'm going to buy something else because the replacement piece of equipment is $10,000. So let me tell you, there was no sale made that day. I just have to tell you how proud I am of not only this particular sales rep, but every sales rep that we have at solidsignal.com for doing the right thing and informing the customer. I know a lot of our competitors go out and they sell equipment to customers who, this is what they want, this is what they think, and then they don't get those questions that says, is this really what you want? Is this really going to work for you? And sometimes our reps at Solid Signal, they lose the sale, at least short term, and that hurts, that stings, I get that. But it's all about trust, my friends. It's all about the idea that you're going to be able to talk to somebody and build a relationship with them over the course of years, a relationship that's actually going to be based on trust. When you know that a Solid Signal sales rep could sell a very expensive piece of equipment and they don't, that tells you you can trust them because it isn't just about making money today and never seeing you again. We find that our average Solid Signal customer will come back to us several times, 3 to 5 times over the course of several years, because they trust the information that they're getting. I like to work very hard to make sure that you can trust the information that you get at the Solid Signal blog and at the Solid Signal podcast, and it's going to help you, not hurt you, and it's going to be more than just making a quick buck. I don't want to point too many fingers at our competition, but I know that there are folks who do that. And I also know there are folks within the DirecTV customer service organization who give people the wrong information. After all, there's about 28,000 customer service reps at DirecTV. And even if, 1% of them don't know what they're talking about, even if 99% are great and 1% are completely deranged, that's still almost 300 people, and you've got a chance that you're going to probably get one of them. I know with my luck, the chances are that I would not only get one of them, but I would be stuck with them for hours. So it's very important when you talk to somebody over the phone and get a recommendation that you do know that you can trust them. I believe in trust. I know that I'm very proud of our Signal Connect team, and I know you can trust them. And I hope that this story has convinced you that when you call somebody, even if they give you an answer that you don't like, at least it's an answer that you can trust.